So I'm sharing with you my process on how I capture, use, and maximize the impact of my case studies and testimonials. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Persuasion Show. This is Bushra Azhar, your host, and I am the one who teaches you how to hack your way to back button proof website and rebuttal proof arguments. And I hope you're ready, because this is also the show where you get to dive headfirst into the dirty, murky, furry darkness that's my brain. It's a really strange, weird place, and you will never be the same again once you've taken a tour inside this brain of mine. So you have been warned. The topic that we are talking about today is something that I get so many requests for. And not because I'm some super hotshot person, but because I have done a really good job of positioning myself as a super hotshot person, which is exactly what I'm going to teach you. So I'm sharing with you my process on how I capture, use, and maximize the impact of my case studies and testimonials. Now, even though I pride myself on a super high completion rate and a super high success rate for my programs, there is a reason I can go ahead and claim all of these numbers. It's because I have the case studies and the results and the data and the evidence to back up all my claims, which is unlike that's not what most people do on the internet. So that's kind of weird. But because it is so weird, because it is so atypical, it also works really, really, really well. And I want to share with you the process of how you can do the same. Now, the very first thing that you need to know if you really want to have a crap ton of testimonials to use in your own launches and in your own sales pages is to become friends with the screen grab method. And the way screen grab method works is that every time you hear someone say anything nice about you, from the moment you've started your business till the moment you are an online freaking celebrity, make sure every single nice word that someone says about you, you take a screenshot. Now, I have been doing this since the day I offered free website reviews. So those of you who don't know, when I started and I didn't have any track record or clients or anything at all, no one knew me, I gave away 100 website reviews, and I finished those website reviews in 3 weeks. Now, when those people went on social media and they started talking about how great I am, and they started tagging me and they started tagging my page, I went ahead and took a screenshot of that. Now, testimonials are great where you are taking words and you have this nice picture and you place it nicely in a design form on your page, on your sales page. That's all good. But nothing says evidence, nothing says right, true proof like an actual screenshot. So become friends with the screen grab method. Now I'm at this point where I'm really incredibly lucky and blessed to hear so many of these nice words that now it's one of the tasks that my team has to do. When someone says anything nice, they will tag me so I can come and thank that person in person, but also to take a screenshot and then upload it to a file on Google Drive where all my testimonials are saved. And when I have some time, I will segregate those testimonials by different programs. So those that are just about me or my website or my podcast, all of my free stuff. And then there are the nice words that people say about specific programs, specific feedback, specific technique that they used from Sold Out Launch or Mass Persuasion or Persuasion Hacks Lab, because that is very specific, and then I can use it on that particular sales page. And using this process, knowing that I have to take a screenshot every single time someone says something nice, I practically have, if I'm not wrong, close to 1,000 testimonials. Because come on, why lose an opportunity? If someone is putting it out there, take a screenshot, save it, no matter what they say. Make sure it's something nice. Number 2, if there is no go, if your audience is very quiet and they're not sharing all of their love for you on social media, ask them a question. Ask them a question that will bring their results to the surface. So when I relaunched Sold Out Launch 2.0, one of the things that I do was I was taking screenshots of all the great things people were saying about the program, all the great first sales they were making, all the money that they were making. I was taking screenshots. But then, because there was a specific section on my sales page that talked about the first sales, right? How many people got their their first sales using Sold Out Launch in 5 weeks. I went ahead and asked that question in the group. I said, how many of you, raise your hands and tell me how many of you have already had your first sale using Sold Out Launch within this certain time period? And I got like 50 people right off the bat saying, oh, I got my first sale, I'm on my second sale, I did this, I did this, I did this. And again, you basically go ahead and take a screenshot. So if your people are not as forthcoming, they're not sharing it, ask them a specific question. Don't ask an open-ended question. What do you like about the program? Don't ask an open-ended question. Ask a specific result-oriented question. And when they answer it, take a screenshot and then have it, save it to your testimonials folder. Also, encourage them to tell others. Now, I don't do it enough because I have a psychological block when it comes to asking people for favors, but if you can get over it, if you have helped someone out with their copy or their design, or you gave them a free coaching session or whatever, or they used your program and they found great results and they're just raving about you to you in an email or in an inbox, why don't you tell them to go on and share it publicly? So it's just a small ask. Just tell them, would you mind sharing it in 60-second Persuasion group, which is my group, or would you mind sharing it on your timeline, or would you mind sharing it somewhere where it is public information? And then again, you can take a screenshot, but it also makes it, when people are excited and when they're pumped and they share an information like this and they tag you, it creates social proof, and that kind of social proof sticks to people's brain. Another way that I have done it once when I had my first program was to bribe them, but do it ethically. Don't be a shit muffin. So you can actually bribe them ethically. And the way I did this was I actually have a script in Persuasion Hacks Lab on how to ask for testimonials if you have a bribe and if you don't have a bribe. So if you are using a bribe, one way to do that is to set aside something really exclusive, a training or program or one-on-one session, anything that they place a lot of value on, and then tell them once they're done with the program, once they're finished with the program, just send them an email and say, if you can give me honest feedback on how the program worked and answer these 2 or 3 or 4 questions, whether in a video format or on social media or even in an email, I will be very happy to share this particular training with you. But just to make sure it is ethical bribe, just make sure to tell them that you don't care if the review or the testimonial is positive or negative, because if you're going to tie it to a positive or a raving review, then you are a shit muffin and I do not want to know you. So don't do that. Next up, start a contest. So I created something when I launched the Persuasion Show. I created something called the Fast 100. So it wasn't strictly a contest, but what I basically did was I said, I have this new podcast coming out, and I have the first 100 people who actually leave a review, and I don't care if the review is positive or negative. If you leave a review for me, you can email me your iTunes handle and your name and your email, and I will send you out a very exclusive ebook that I created based on the lessons that I shared in the Persuasion Show. People placed a lot of value on that particular PDF, that particular ebook, and I got my 100 reviews right off the bat. You can use the same technique for testimonials. So you can say something like, I want to gather 100 testimonials or 150 testimonials, whatever, for my new upcoming program. And if you share a testimonial or a review, whether positive or negative, I will be very happy to share something exclusive. But then don't make it open-ended. Make sure it is capped to a certain number so that there is an eagerness and there is an urgency to actually do it. Another great thing that I did with my first launches was, with my second, third, fourth product launch, was that people who bought, the moment they bought, the first about 50 people who bought, an email with their welcome email, an email went out to them, and the email said, if you shoot me a 2-minute video telling me why you decided to invest in EPS, that program was called Email Persuasion Sequence, EPS. If you tell me why you decided to invest in EPS, I will be happy to refund you 10% of your investment. And 20 people just right out the gate, they just sent me those YouTube videos. They posted it on YouTube, they posted it on social media, and then they sent me that video. And I then used that video during the same launch. So I got those videos back, and I uploaded them to Vimeo, and I used them in the same launch, telling people why these people, the 20 people who bought, why did they buy? Another great way to do it is to position the testimonial or the case study as an honor. So don't position it as a favor, that if they are sharing a testimonial, they're doing a favor to you. Instead, position it as an honor. Like, I am doing my star student, I want to showcase my star students, or I want to showcase my case studies, and I want to give you a position of prominence in my business or in my sales page, etc. And that would really get people excited and want to contribute. So for SOL 2.0, I tagged all the people who were a part of the SOL case studies. Not only did I run paid advertising to their Facebook pages, so I tagged them, I tagged the videos with their Facebook pages so people can go and find their Facebook pages and follow them, but I also put them on my website, and I'm in the process of putting together an ebook with their stories and their websites. So if they decide to get on a call with me and give me an interview and share their feedback on Sold Out Launch, not only does that benefit me, it benefits them, because every time I share that link or every time I run an ad to their Facebook page or to my sales page, I am linking it out to them, which means that people will be able to see who they are, and they basically get traffic and they get traction, and they get that added element of authority when it's coming from me. And that kind of takes me to that my next point. Share the limelight. If you are in limelight, if your program is in limelight, it's because of the people who used it. No one alone, I cannot create a program and go out and say, oh, I made it a success. The reason SOL 1.0 and SOL 2.0 is such a massive success is because people trusted that system, took action, and made money out of it. And if I'm not going to allow them to share that limelight with me, then I'm being a shit muffin. And also, honestly, limelight grows when you share it. It does. Trust me on this. Limelight grows when you share it. So absolutely share your limelight. People will love you for it, and they will be eager and excited to share their experience. Next up, engage with them, celebrate with them. I have seen so many leaders, so many group leaders, community leaders, course creators who do not celebrate or engage with their clients. If a client shares a success story, celebrate with them, share their launches, share their websites, share their dresses if you're a dressmaker, whatever you have taught them, whatever they've created using your techniques, it is your responsibility to share it as much as it is their responsibility. When you take pride in their work, the work that they created using your system, when they take pride in their work, when you take pride in their work, they also feel closer to you. They feel like they have a vested interest in your success, just as you feel like you have a vested interest in their business. So every time someone would launch something and they would inbox me and say, oh, I launched something and this just came out and I used it creating Sold Out Launch. Created it using Sold Out Launch. I would sometimes even go to the extent of sharing it on my own timeline. I don't have a stake in it. All I want to do is celebrate it with them, engage with them, because I want them to feel like I'm invested in their success. I'm not just doing it because I wanted their money and now I want their testimonial. I'm genuinely interested and invested in their success. And last one, believe in yourself and show that you are invested in their success. It's really easy to do. It takes just a little bit of an effort, but it's a difference between someone going on and implementing a program all on their own and believing that they've done it all on their own. Or back, you guide them, you coach them, you consult with them, and then when they have success, they not only believe they have done it, they believe it's your program or your system that made it happen. And that small distinction really changes everything. So I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to not only believe like you are invested in their success, but also to show it to them, because once they know it, there is no way they can just think, oh, I did it all on my own, unless they are shit muffins, in which case no comments, because then they are shit muffins. So that's it. That's my system of how I capture and use and optimize